Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a block that is called Broken Sugar Bowl. So you need 3 fabrics for that. I chose these 3. They are fat quarters from Walmart. Actually, this one was a whole yard I bought. But they're from Walmart this year. I don't know if yours will still have them. Maybe. You should check it out if you like them. So these are my fabrics A and B. And out of those I need 3 by 6.5 inch strips and 2 5-inch squares. That's not right. That's not 5 inches. 2 5.5 inch squares. So 2 5.5 inch squares and 2 3 by 6.5 inch strips. The last fabric you also need 2 6.5 by 3 inch strips and 2 5-inch squares. So now we're going to lay these to the side. We don't need those. First we're going to do these, and you are just going to match up one of each. So we're going to take these 2 and we're going to sew down the long side. So I'm just going to pin those. And then you're going to do the same with the red one in the ornaments. Well, you might not. You're going to do it with whatever 2 you pick. But in the end, you're going to have, each set is going to have different ones. And then these 2. So you'll have 3 of these to sew. Let me finish that. Lay it to the side. Then we're going to make half square triangles out of these 2. So we're going to, just like always, you can do 2 lines or 1. I'm going to do it both ways, 1 of each. So this one I'm going to line up on the 1/4 inch line there, and I'm going to draw straight down. Oh, that didn't go. Maybe it's cold in here or something and it didn't right. There we go. Flip it around and you'll line up the 1/2 inch line right over top of that one, which will line up the 1/4 inch line corner to corner, and you will draw another one. Also, you guys, see my new watch band? I made it for Christmas. Also out of this fabric because I love it. I could only get a couple fat quarters of it though. My Walmart only had like 4, and I bought them all. And then my mom wanted one, and I'm like, okay, you can have one. So this one I'm going to do the other way. I'm going to line it up corner to corner and draw a line. It's going to have 1 line. So now on this one, you're going to draw, or you're going to sew a 1/4 inch from the line on either side. And the other one, you're going to sew right on the lines. I recommend you try them both and figure out which one you like better. Try them several times if you want. So we're going to pin that and sew it. We're going to pin this and sew it. This one, I am also making a Harry Potter one. Harry Potter block out of it. I'm actually making 2 Harry Potter blocks out of it, and I'll show you why in a minute. But we're going to lay this up, or I'm sorry, we're going to lay those to the side, and then I already sewed sewed these, and we're going to start with the half square triangles. I already trimmed them. I've shown you how to do that a lot. This is one, actually I didn't. I already trimmed these. I still have this one. So I'm going to show you how to do it. This one I did the 1 line. So I do both. It just depends. So we're just going to cut it right down on that line. Corner to corner we cut it. We're going to lay that to the side. We'll be back to it. These we are going to cut into 3-inch strips now. So we're going to line this up. I line up this on the stitch line, the seam line, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to trim that off. And then we'll flip it around and we're going to cut 3-inch strips. We're going to get 2 from each set. And then this will go into my... Oh, you guys, guess what? I did find the tape. So I did this tape. I got it at Walmart. It is in the, what's it called? The first aid section. And I put it on there and it does help. I don't know, one of my viewers told me about it. It does help. It keeps it from sliding. I do recommend it. It's a cheaper way to keep it from sliding. So we're still going to line up at the seam line. Trim that off. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place there. I got really excited about that. Then we're going to do the 3 inches straight down and across there. 1 and 2. And 1 more. Line up the seam line, stitch line, whatever you want to call it. Notice it's not sliding like it did. Wonderful. Switch it around. Same thing. 3-inch line. Any line on there can be on there, but you're going to line the 3-inch one up over here. That was risky. I don't recommend that, waving that around with my other hand there, but I already did it, so whoops. All right. Now, we're going to pin these together. This part gets a little tricky, so bear with me. We're going to do, give me a second. We're going to do this one. We're going to do in the middle. So we're going to take these 2, and we're just going to make them opposite. We'll fold it over. Now, I could do the blue ones. I'm choosing to put the yellow in the middle. You'll just, at the end, you'll see how it looks, but I'm choosing the yellow. So we're gonna pin it. All right, now this, we're gonna lay it out because it can get confusing. I do have my pattern back here. I know you can't see it, but that's by design. So now we're gonna lay this out like this, and the bottom one's gonna be just the same but opposite. So these are gonna be our corner blocks. So I went ahead and laid them out that way. Ugh, I ironed that the wrong way. Let me iron it real quick. I'll have to do them both. Now we'll pin it. And the other reason I re-ironed it is so they'll nest together there. We'll pin it. I'm making 2 of these because one is going to have these 2 of the houses. Is that what they're called in Harry Potter? And the other one's going to have the other 2, the red and green. Because I wanted to have all 4 of them on there. And this is the first block that's only going to have 2. So I just made a second one with the other 2. Okay, I'm going to lay them to the side. We're going to sew them in a minute. Now we're going to trim this up. But first we're going to iron it open. So you're going to end up with 4 half square triangles. Again, I already did 2. All right. And you'll end up with 3 4 patches. Okay, so this we're going to cut down to, excuse me, 5 inches because we want it to be the same size as this. Well, it's going to be this one on here, but you get my point. So let's get my square. Lay that out of the way. We're going to line up the diagonal as close to this edge as possible while still trimming stuff off. Slide it up through. I really like this, what is this called? Rotary cutter. That's what it's called. I am so sorry. Or maybe I'm not. Maybe y'all like my ditziness. I do recommend you not leave that open. I don't know why I keep doing it. All right, so now we're going to line up the diagonal again, this 5 inch and this one, and then we're going to trim off all this excess. And we got one more. Line up the diagonal where I'm still cutting stuff off. Flip it around. Now we're going to line up the diagonal and the 5-inch lines right there and right there. Trim it off. All right. So now I'm as caught up as I can be. I'm going to lay those to the side and I'm going to go sew up my other pieces and I'll be right back to show you the next step. All right. I've sewn my squares together, or my 4 patches together. Let's trim them apart. I didn't get that one. We'll iron them open. Doesn't matter which way. Ugh, that's wrong. See it? It's supposed to look like that. So let's pick it out. Oh, I'm sorry. I just do every few. And then usually it comes right apart. I learned that from somebody. I really don't know where I learned that from. But I didn't come up with it, just so you know. It's not my genius. Doesn't always work either, I guess. So, iron them back the right way. Now, let's do it correctly. We need to do it like this. So we'll flip it over, nest it in there. Mistakes happen, people. We just fix them and move on. Okay, I'm going to lay that to the side. I'm going to show you how to trim these while we're here. And I'll do that one when I turn the camera off in a minute. So we're going to take this, and I want this to be 5 inches also. So I'm going to take this spot right here, this 2 1/4 dot. That's not right. I'm going to take the 2 1/2 inch dot right there, and I'm going to line that corner up right there. And that's going to line the 2 1/2 inch line right down through there, and then through there also. So we'll hold that down. Just trim it off. And then we'll flip it around and put that corner down here. And now we're going to do the same thing, 2 1/2 inches right there. But we're also going to line the 5-inch line or dot up here. And that lines all the lines up correctly. And we trim it off. I'm going to show you one more time. We're going to line the 2 1/2 inch right there. Make sure it goes straight down and straight across. Ooh, it slid. It's not foolproof. Shouldn't have let go. I'll spin it around. Do the same thing. 2 1/2 goes in the middle. The 5 goes down at the bottom. Maybe I did it wrong. Nope, there it is. There it is. It usually always lines up. I am not above mistakes though, so sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so I've trimmed those down. I'm going to go ahead and sew that other one and fix it, and I'll be right back. All right, I've re-sewn that one. Just going to iron it open, and now it's correct. Again, problem or mistakes don't mean the end of the world. You just have to fix them and move on. So we're going to line up the 2 1/2 both ways. I left that open again. I'm going to end up hurting myself, but maybe then I'll learn. All right, 2 1/2 and the 5 both ways. what my problem is on that way. All right, so now we've got all our pieces. So we just need to lay out our block. So this is going to be, my corner pieces are right there. Actually, I want that one face up. I like it. So the white, not the white. Yeah, the white is going in the corners. The white's in the corners because these are my other white corners. Okay, so this is going to be in the middle. And I want the white to go that way through, and the green will go this way. Then we're going to lay the green ones in towards the center pieces. And there's our strip, our block is what it's going to look like. So I've got this one already sewn together for the strips. I'm going to show you that. And then I'm going to sew these strips together. So this is going to go here. And here. And there. So that's how the strips look. So now we're just going to roll these down and I'll pin them. And then we'll sew up this. And I'll have 3 blocks. 1 for my quilt and 2 for my youngest sons. If I can do this right. There we go. I'm going to pin there in the end. That's what's happening. They're both going the same way. So let's lay this under here. We're going to iron it this way. All right. Much better. Much, much better. Then we will fold this up. And I'll probably have to do that with this side too somewhere along the line because, no, I did this one right. Nope, I didn't. There it is. Just a little bit of re-ironing and we're good to go. Make sure I lay it out right again. Pin here and the end. I do enjoy making multiples of them. Well, some of them I might never make again because, well, just maybe. All right, so I'm going to go sew these up and I will be right back. All right, I've sewn them all together. Let's iron this open. Okay, so there you have it. That's Broken Sugar Ball. That's my Christmas one. This one is 2 of the Harry Potter ones. I got a little knot there. I'm going to have to, it's bubbled up. I'm going to redo that. I don't like it. But other than that, I do like it. And there's the third one. So these 2 will go on my son's quilt. But there's the one for mine. Let me know what you think. It is a 14-inch block. 14, yep, 14. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you make the block and love it. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.